Assalamu alaikum. Hey, it's Uday here. Welcome to my channel. Today we are diving into a fascinating topic in macroeconomics, that is income and spending. We'll break down the different sectors of the economy, explore how income flows between them, and understand key concepts like the consumption function, investment, and multipliers. Whether you are a student or just curious about how economics work, stick around because this is going to be an insightful ride. Alright, let's start with the basic. Here, income and spending in macroeconomics deals with the distribution and use of income among many sectors like households, business, government, external sectors. What is you can see in my slide actually. Okay. Now, in macroeconomics, we categorize economies into four types based on how many sectors they include. Here, we can see there are four types of economic sector. There is one sector economy, two sector economy, three sector economy, and four sector economy. One sector economy consists of a single sector which is both producer and consumer. In short, we can describe this slide as this is a hypothetical model where a single sector handles both production and consumption. Imagine a small fishing village that is we can see as example here where everything revolves around fishing. That's a one sector economy. Now, let's talk about two sector economy. So, as you can see in my slide, two sector economy involves households and business or farm actually, right? So, here we have two main players households and businesses. Households provide labor and consume goods, while businesses produce these goods and pay wages. It is simple, right? Now, let's talk about three sector economy. Here, three sector economy involves households, business, and government. As you can see in the flowcharts, households provide income tax to government, government spends on business, businesses give direct or indirect tax to government, and many more things you can see in this flowchart actually. So, how we can explain this? This adds the government. Now, in addition to households and businesses, the government plays a role by collecting taxes and spending on public goods. Now, let's talk about fourth sector economy. So, here, fourth sector economy is seems so complex, right? But it's not that complex. Let's make it simple. Okay. So this is the most comprehensive model, including households, businesses, government, and the external sector. The external sector accounts for imports and exports, which connect the domestic economy to the global market. So what does fourth sector economy do? This connect the domestic economy to the global market, right? Pretty simple. Now let's dive deeper. Next up, the national income identity. The national income identity, right? So the national income identity, this is formula is a cornerstone of macroeconomics and helps us measure the gross domestic product or GDP. So you can see the formula actually. The national income or product identity describes the way in which the gross domestic product in is measured, right? Here, let's break down it. Y stands for national income or GDP. C is personal consumption expenditure. I is private investment. G is government spending. EX represents exports. IM represents imports. Essentially, GDP is the sum of everything we spend in these categories. This formula helps economics track the economy's health. Now, so here I can we can see the product approach. Next is our product approach in a graphical representation. Simple. Now, earning approach, income approach, and product approach. So, let's go through the table. Income approach is compensation for labors, rent for land, interest, profit from where, properties income, corporate profit, etc. etc. Where product approach is GDP is the sum of personal consumption expenditure, private investment expenditure, government consumption expenditure, and net export. Okay, let's go to the next. So here is a model. Now let's talk about consumption function. Now let's talk about consumption function. So if I ask you that how do people decide how much to spend or save? If I ask you how do people decide how much to spend or save, what will be your answer? Let's talk about it. This brings us to the consumption function and saving function. The consumption function shows the relationship between income and how much people spend. It's written like this: C is equal to C naught plus CY. C is equal to C naught plus CY. Here, C naught is autonomous consumption. So, what is autonomous consumption? The spending you do regardless of your income, like basic necessities, right? So, what is autonomous consumption? The spending you do regardless of your income, like basic necessities. C is the marginal propensity to consume, what is called MPC in short, or how much of each additional dollar you spend. Why is your income? Okay, so let's see the consumption function graph. So here x-axis denote the income, y-axis denote the consumption expenditure, and we found a straight line actually. Here slope is equal to C. Okay, let's see saving function. So let's talk about saving function. The saving function is just the flip side. Is defined as S equal to Y minus C. You can see net income of consumption Y minus C. Okay, so let's break down it. It's all about the balance between spending and saving. So it's all about the balance between spending and saving. Okay, now let's see the saving function graph. So here, as usual, x-axis denote the income, y-axis denote the savings, and prosperity to save curve, and this is this saving and this is saving. So y to s, this portion is vertical, is saving portion. So here, now let's talk about investment. Investment represents how much businesses spends on capital like machines or buildings. So let's see, as in investment function is related with r, I is equal to I naught minus r into h. Here, here I naught is autonomous investment. What is autonomous investment? It's dependent of income. R is the interest rate. H measures how sensitive investment is to changes in interest rate. Now, if I ask you, when does an economy reach equilibrium? When does an economy reach equilibrium? In a two-sector model, it happens when saving is equal to investment. We don't need this. Already we know what is autonomous investment, equilibrium output of two-sector model, right? So let me give you a summary of equilibrium output. Here, in two-sector model, it happens when saving is equal to investment. Mathematically, equilibrium output is C naught plus I naught. Let's see. Mathematically, output is C naught plus I naught divided by 1 minus B. C naught plus I naught divided by 1 minus B. Okay. Now, now where B is the MPC. Here, B is the MPC. This gives us a clear point where total spending equals total production, while total spending is equal to total production actually. Okay. Now here's where things get really interesting. That is multipliers, right? Multipliers. A multiplier shows how a change in spending affects the overall economy. For example, when the government spends more, it triggers further spending by households and businesses. Here's the formula for the expenditure multiplier. Multiplier is equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC. Let's see it. So here we can see 1 by 1 minus MPC, expenditure multiplier 1 by 1 minus MPC. Now, the bigger the MPC, the bigger the MPC, okay, sorry, the bigger the MPC, the larger the multiplier effect. In a three sector model, taxes come into play. Disposable income is what you have left after paying taxes. Or we can call it YD is equal to Y minus T. Government spending boosts the economy while taxes reduce disposable income and may slow down consumption. Okay. So here, this is disposable income. Is this is disposable income. This is disposable income in the economic available to household after taxes. It determines the level of consumption and savings the economy. It is calculated as y is equal to minus t. That I already told you. Finally, in fourth sector model, we add the external sector. Finally, in the fourth sector model, so let's go to our fourth sector model. There is nothing to tell about. So here is our fourth sector model. The fourth sector, four aggregate macroeconomic sector that form the basic foundation are household, business, government, foreign, that you already have known from the first few minutes. So here, this includes imports and exports. Exports bring money into the economy. Imports send money out of the economy. Okay, so these imports and exports. Net export will be n x equal to x minus m. Here x is equal to exports, m equal to imports, right? Let's see the next. We don't need this. We don't need this. So now talking about equilibrium. The formula for equilibrium output now becomes y is equal to c plus I plus g plus n x. And just like that, you have a complete picture of how money flows through all four sectors of the economy. Wow, there was a lot to cover, but now you have a solid understanding of income and spending in macroeconomics. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop any questions you have, any comments. I'm here to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye for now.